G'day Aussie gamers, welcome to the Aussie Gamers Express video game podcast. The podcast that brings you news, reviews and video game related fun. Get yourself set, it's time to hand you over to your hosts, Lucas and Red.
Me.
Hello Aussie gamers, this is episode 122 and today is Tuesday the 26th of April 2016. I am your host Lucas and here with me is our other host, Red. How are ya?
I'm fantastic, mate. Thank you for having me. How are you this week?
I'm alright. I am well rested now, contrary to my super busy couple of weeks. It's been crazy. It's still, like, I wanted to sleep in this morning, still got up at like 7:30.
Yeah, likewise.
Oh, stupid body. Anyway, before we start, here is this week's show in preview. First up, video game discussion, then tight ass gaming, then video game news, and in the news we have a Rocket League Hoops mode, PlayStation Network security upgrade, Codename Neo, a few people will know what that's about, Horizon Zero Dawn release pushed, new first-person shooter game by Romero, and Supergiant's new RPG title. After the news, we'll do What's That Sound, and then we'll have Red's shout, and we'll close the show for another week. So, Red, tell us all about your video game discussion. Oh, hello.
Well, I will tell you what, it's a little bit more exciting this week.
Oh, played some
games. Played some games. So in no uncertain order, last night, I wasn't feeling the Division. I hit a stump in another game I was playing, so I thought, you know what, fuck this. I put Rainbow Six Siege in.
Oh yeah, I heard you were playing that.
And I played it for probably about 3.5 hours?
Yeah,
maybe 4 hours?
Just a short sesh.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it all come back, man. I hit a couple of... a lobby with a couple of decent blokes. We managed just to stay together throughout the matchmaking process, and we hung out for a couple of hours, just randoms, man, and just not kids, if you know what I mean. So it was really cool. Had a few wins, had a few clutch moments, and I haven't lost it. I haven't played a first-person shooter in a while, and I haven't lost it when it comes to...
You don't lose it, though.
I lost it with Black Ops. Man, Black Ops 3 really hurt me. I actually questioned myself, am I even a gamer anymore when I was so rubbish at 3?
Far out. If I had that mentality, I'd...
Dilemma.
I just can everything. I just stop playing. Because... Man,
go back to the Game Boy.
Just everything makes me question that these days.
So that was a lot of fun because I've just heard some rumours and whatnot about some new classes and everything coming. Like obviously all the DLC in Siege is free. Then you can unlock it via just playing and earning your renown. So I've got enough there for the 2 new operators when they come out. So I'll be able to have an opinion on those.
Yeah, cool.
But that was fun. That was just cool. As I said, the Division, played a bit of it this week. We had some grievers again in the Dark Zone the other night try and ruin it for us, but then it was just you and I. But then when we got a group of 4 going, we slightly turned the tables on them. So,
yeah, but you know what? I don't know. Like sometimes I fall into the trap where you get angry at the people that are like massively grieving you in the Dark Zone, but as much as it's against how I act and feel when I'm playing it, you kind of got to remember that's what it is. That's what it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Like as much as it's annoying that they camp out the front of the safe zones and destroy as you exit, that's really shit. But I mean, it's supposed like that's the game. Like the thing that puts you on edge is that people can do that, and you need to be careful.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll do it all the time if they've got a yellow pack on their back. If I've got something to gain from it loot-wise, I will. But I think camping outside a spawn point really can ruin it for people, though that's probably why the game gives you 2 optional spawn points.
Yeah, so you can get out of there.
So, yeah, but it's your pride comes before you fall, though. It's got fuck these.
Yeah.
I'm going back out. Nah. And then we get split up, and one person spawning goes out, dies, and we're just going on this revolving door of death. And I'm like, ah. But yeah, so other than that, we've had some success. We've done some missions. We've done the incursion again.
Hey, let's not forget that moment that you and I, was it you and I, where we were getting griefed by those four, and then there was one point in time where we saw someone go into the safe zone. Was that you and I?
Yes, it was. We stood up on the truck.
Yeah, you were on the truck, and I said, let's wait here until this bloke comes back out of the safe zone. And he was on his own, and he came out, and I'm like, let's just mow this bloke down. And we did, and it was one of those blokes that was giving us grief, but he was on his own. Ha!
Yeah.
We cut him in half. With your massive DPS and my mid-range DPS, all both at once, and only him, and we were like, at a good vantage point, we just mowed him down. That was great. Yeah. I don't even think we went anywhere near him to take any of his stuff. We didn't care. We just wanted to cut him in half.
Yeah. But yeah, so I did. You just touched on DPS, cracked the 200 quite easily with the refresh of the restocking of the vendors. I bought the big org from the advanced supply dude in the base of operations, and I also bought the ACR blueprint from Dark Zone 3. So both 204 weapons and both packing a whole lot of fucking punch. So I'm pretty happy about that. I've almost got my guy. Oh, well, it's hard to say. My character, I should say. I've almost got it perfect to where I want it, but you can always screw 1 or 2 more % here and there out of it.
Oh, yeah, and then there's updates and DLC that'll probably bring out more stuff that'll buff you even more. Like, it's... You just got to be happy with where you are when you are there.
Yeah, so I'm pretty tight there where I'm at the moment, so I'm pretty happy about that. The only thing I have to tick off the bucket list as far as Division is concerned is the incursion on challenge mode.
Oh, yep.
Moving on, I had probably about 45 minutes to an hour, probably 45 minutes hands-on, and a 2.5 hour experience with Ratchet and Clank.
Oh yeah, that's getting good praise.
Oh, dude, you should see it. It's it's beautiful. It's brilliant. We said at the expo that it looked really, really good. It looks better than what it did at the expo, and you'd have to expect that because that was 10 months ago.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah. The story, without any spoilers, it's kind of Ratchet and Clank 1.
Yeah. But
with more prologue, and I haven't got far enough through the story yet to comment on that, but there'll be a full rundown next week, because I actually have a copy of it borrowed off my cousin at the moment, so I'm going to play that one and have a review, but I'll have a full rundown on the next week's show. But like, you go to your first level, like you do your tutorial bits and pieces with Ratchet and then with Clank, and it's got just a better character bio, and you get to know them a lot quicker. But we already know them, but it's like we're going back to a Ratchet and Clank series, which, unless you've replayed the previous games recently, we haven't been there for 4 or 5 years, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Does it have I haven't really... Like, I only ever played one Ratchet and Clank game. It was bought for me as a gift. I think it was like, I don't know, Up Your Arsehole or something like that. Does it have one of those...
Up Your Arsenal.
Yeah, Up Your Arsenal. Does it have like a double entendre kind of subtitle to the game?
No, because it's just Ratchet and Clank.
Oh.
It's actually... The first main level you go to is the first level in Ratchet and Clank 1. You know what I mean? Okay. The level design, the layout is exactly the same.
Oh, okay.
But it's very pretty. You can see where, obviously, now we have the more power of the PS4, because number 1 was very basic, and 2 and 3 had like an XP bar for each weapon. The more you use it, the more you power it up. The more you power it up, the better it is. That's all integrated. Like, it's all 3 games almost mushed into one when it comes to mechanics so far, from what I've witnessed. It's self-aware. I love it. You help the plumber helps you get your spaceship back up and running. He goes, "All right, I'll catch you in the next reboot," and off he goes.
No.
The comedy's there. All your favourite characters there. Skid McMarks. I like Skid McMarks.
Skid McMarks.
Yeah.
That's a cool name.
It's the world champion hoverboard racer. Yeah. Skid McMarks.
There's a movie coming out too. Do we know when that's coming?
Thursday.
Oh, is it this week?
On Thursday. Yeah, with Captain America. Yeah, man, I am fucking there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'll be going and seeing the movie in the next week or so. It's pretty cool because I'd say there's cutscenes taken directly from the movie in the game.
Yep.
Because you know how you can your major collectibles, your gold bolts.
Yep.
In this, it unlocks. You can unlock costumes and masks and everything. So about 70% of the cutscenes, if you're wearing a mask, the mask will be in the cutscene. But when it's a major plot point in the story, it's like it's taken straight from the movie. I would assume.
So they can't change it.
The graphic quality is just a little bit better, but in those cutscenes. But it's A grade. It's fucking A1. It's pretty. It's colourful. It's the Ratchet and Clank from yesteryear, but with today's power. So there's more enemies, more colour, more explosions, more flair, and yeah, they call it a reboot in a sense, but there's bits and pieces added left, right, and centre, new mechanics to old story, and so far that's what I've experienced, and very excited for it. So a better rundown next week. Hopefully I've seen the movie before we record next week's show, because I'd like to incorporate that also into the written review. So get your hands on it from an early point of view.
Yeah, wow.
And last but not least, and talking about getting your hands on it, fucking got my hands on Dark Souls 3, and big thank you to you. You know what I mean? Oh
yeah, no worries, man.
I played a lot of Dark Souls 1. That was a few years ago. We ran through Bloodborne. I didn't finish a New Game Plus or anything. I just played it the once and enjoyed it enough. Dark Souls 2 got the remaster on the PS4. Never actually played it on the PS3 or the PC. Dark Souls 2 disappointed me a little. Even though I tried to stay within the main genre, it was easy, but it was gay and it was hard at the same time. So it was a real mixed emotion game. If you know, they tried to bring more people in, tried to make the fan base bigger by making it more mainstream, and that's what hurt it the most. Dark Souls 3, the original director from 1 and Bloodborne, who wasn't there for number 2, is back for this one.
Yeah.
Fucking wow. Made specifically for the current generation of console. Not so visible in the draw distance and everything like that. Like, it gets a little bit unrendered. You'd think it'd be a little bit clearer and a little bit more pretty. But the gameplay, the RPG, the sword play, or the combat, if you will, because it's not all sword play if you don't want it to be, that's where it's fucking at. This game is brutal, but fair. I think the network... I've had some network issues joining with friends via the password connection part.
Yeah, like in Bloodborne.
Yeah, but then Bloodborne got better after a patch or two, so this will probably happen. The thing is, I was going back to help people out. Repimir's played it on the computer a bunch, and then he got it on the PS4, so I tried to go back and just rush him through the first few areas so we could catch up.
Yeah. Have you seen...
unsuccessful.
Sorry, have you seen his speedrun video?
Yeah.
Far out. Somebody made a comment about it, though, because it's a pretty fucking good run. It makes me look like an absolute dunce. But why does he pick up those items? Because surely that's slowing him down.
Habit. He doesn't use any of them, does he?
Well, no, that's the thing. Hang on. How about we ring him and find out? Alright. Let me just dial him up here. Surely he's not fucking doing anything.
Well, unless he started a couple of minutes ago and it had already been done.
Alright, we'll get him on the line. Jason.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. You're on the podcast.
Oh, really? Hey.
Mate, we just talked... Say hi, Red, see if you can hear you.
Good morning, Romero.
Good morning, Red.
Wonderful.
Hey.
We were just talking about you. We're talking about your speed run on the first section of Dark Souls 3.
Yep.
And I was just saying how watching you play it makes me feel like an absolute dunce because you just ace it. But something I wanted to, that was raised by one of the people, I think it was on the YouTube comment or maybe on the Facebook page, I'm not sure. But somebody said something about you picking up the those items, and I was wondering that too. Why did you pick up those items? You stopped at like the fountain or whatever it is at the beginning, and you also picked up the one on top of the coffin. Why'd you do that?
Okay, the one at the fountain is a Estus class that I can reinforce into another. It's the Ashen Estus class, which decreases SP, but you can change it to increase your health instead.
Yeah.
The blacksmith. And the second one I picked up was the Titanite shard, which is the first upgrade item that you need to upgrade your weapon. So if you can get those as early as possible without deviating too far from the path, it's best.
Okay, so that wasn't necessarily a speed run just to finish that first section. That was just the start of the whole thing. Is that right?
Yeah, that's the start of the whole thing. That is the setup for later on.
Okay, so you could have done that first section faster, but you're looking at the big picture because you're going to need all that stuff that you picked up later on in the game. Is that right?
Yeah.
That explains it, I reckon.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, good explanation. All right, well, Red, have you got any questions of Jason while we got him?
I do. Jason, back me up. Dark Souls 3, the best one in the series?
Dark Souls 3 is definitely the best one in the series so far. Very good entry Dark Souls.
Including Bloodborne?
Including Bloodborne, yeah. Bloodborne is the same but different. Bloodborne it's a lot easier than any of the Dark Souls games. But if you ever want to play Dark Souls games, Dark Souls 3 is where I reckon people should start unless you're looking for lore.
Wow.
Yeah, good luck with that anyway.
Yeah, well, I've heard some fantastic things about it, and I look forward to playing it a little bit more. All right, well, thanks, Jason. That definitely answers my question, and whoever question it was on the page or wherever it was, I can't remember. It just sort of appeared to me now. All right, Jace, we'll let you go, man. We'll talk to you again later.
Right here, see you guys.
Thanks for your time. See you later.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That clears that up. That's quite understandable. It wasn't a speed run for that section. It was a speed run for the whole game. So, although that video only shows that first section, he's planning for the rest of the game, which is pretty impressive. And even still, him taking his time picking up those things, he still beat my time by about 45 minutes.
I heard you got it first time.
Oh, that's right. I did. I didn't die. Nah, I didn't end up editing that. I left it as it was. I didn't want to be a cheat. But, I played the first section. And mind you, the very first attempt, and this is all in the video, which is why this recording may Skype out a little bit, because I started uploading the video last night when I went to bed, and it's still uploading today.
Fuck.
It's got 23 minutes left, and that was I shrunk it down from 22 gigabytes down to 3. So it's taking that long to upload. But yeah, my first attempt, like as in my first loaded it up before I died, I got to the boss and I got him down to about half from memory. And then it progressively got worse from there. See, the disadvantage you get from not beating him the first time, because the first time when you pull the sword out of that first boss, you can wail on him a bit while he's animating standing up. But the second time, he's already up.
And charging.
Yeah, so there's you miss out on that first initial damage dealing. So that made it a little bit harder for your subsequent tries. But I think it was probably maybe... Well, it might be a bit of an exaggeration, but probably 17 times I tried and got it. But it might be more like 7 or 8, but I can't remember. But
I died over a dozen times.
Yeah, well, there you go. But, hang on, how do I... Just talk for me, Red.
Yeah, is there a little echo?
No, is it gone now?
Not anymore.
Yeah, I pressed the wrong button. I recorded the whole thing. I think the video... I edited it down a little bit and got rid of me... I think I got rid of me making the character and all that stuff. I think it ended up being a 30-minute video, which will be up on the YouTube channel when you're listening to this. It'll be ready to go because it's nearly finished now. It's taken near on 12 hours.
Fucking hell.
Because, and I'll touch on that a bit later, but the NBN isn't installed still. So yeah, you'll see, the video's there about half an hour, and my raging as I played. I think it only took me 2 deaths before I cracked the shits.
Oh wow.
And then I think that when I finally did it, it was like laughter and cheers of a madman.
Oh, you get like that though.
Yeah.
Fuck. I hit a roadblock. It felt like a skill, if you know what I mean. Like I felt like I was lacking in the skill for this certain area. I tried it twice without, you know how normally my gaming habits, I sit down about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then I'll game for a while.
Yeah.
Like a good while of the night time. Well, this was over the weekend, in between footy matches and in between jumping on the division with people. So I'd get on for an hour and a half, and I was showing my cousin yesterday through the day, and I was showing a good mate of mine, Naf, the other day. So I'm there for an hour at a time. So you hit this section, and then you die a few times, and it's like, fuck, you know. But it's not just dying instantly. I've used all my Estus drinks, which I have 10 of them at the moment, you know. I've used them all, and I still really haven't pushed far past the bloody bonfire, you know.
Yeah.
And then last night I sat down and I done it a couple of times, got to a point, ran out of Estus, ran back to the bonfire, got one more level, because it's costing me nearly 30,000 souls a level now. So then I got through. I got to the point where I got just a little bit of breathing space, so I could go left, I could go right. I went left, and I just explored this area for about an hour and a half, 2 hours with no deaths, collecting souls, collecting items, opening shortcuts, and yeah, I went through this 2 hours of gameplay where I just didn't feel good enough and hit a real roadblock. But last night I managed to, do it 3 times, back and forth to the bonfire without dying. That was the big thing, not dying. Spending those souls, and then push through. So the feeling of really overcoming something and real accomplishment is, it's right there in this game. I can't speak highly enough about it. I'm 30 hours in, I'm level 55, and I'm not looking back. I've done a full written review. You can't do a review with a plot, because everyone's plot is different. I'm preaching to Souls players, so they're a rare breed. You don't really need to preach to them, because I'll preach back. So there's a review up that it gives a general outlook on what the game is, how it handles, what it looks like, and my thoughts on it. aussiegamerstv.com. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this one through.
Nice. Well, I'm about 45 minutes in and I'm level 2. What are you laughing at?
Oh, wicked. No, level 2.
But that was just trying it out on the PC. I'll probably do my proper run through on the PlayStation 4, so I'll have to start again, do that boss.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous though.
Why?
I reckon it would look really nice on your PC.
Yeah, it does, and it runs at solid 60 frames.
Okay.
It is. It's quite nice. But yeah, it's shaping up to be a good game, and I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, it is hard though.
Well, it's Dark Souls.
Yeah, exactly.
What else, man?
That's about it for now.
That's it? All right. Well,
yeah, you have a go.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to hit rewind for a bit, go back in time, because I was supposed to talk about Quantum Break last week, but accidentally forgot about it. We just moved on, and it never really hit the show at all. Even after we promised on our last show before the break that we were going to talk about it when we came back, completely fucked it up. Sorry about that. To anyone that was keen to hear. But we're going to talk about it now. Okay, so Quantum Break... released a little while ago on the Xbox One and PC, and which is quite cool. They actually gave me a code for the PC version as well as a code for Alan Wake on the backwards compatibility Xbox One Bizzo thing too. So that was pretty generous, but it kind of sounded like they were overcompensating a little bit for something. But Quantum Break, well, it's heavily story driven. I would probably still say that the best aspect to that game is the story, and I guess there's a lot to talk about though. The things that bring Quantum Break together and make it a bit of an experience is where do I start? Look, I'll start with the like the actors and the TV show side of things. Like there's Sean Ashmore and that other bloke that's Littlefinger in Game of Thrones, like the couple of big actors in there, and a few more that you'll probably notice. But the game is integrated with a television show series sort of thing. Do you remember before Red were talking about how the game's like 40 something gigabyte, and then there's like a 70 gigabyte TV show that comes with it, and we're like, why is it fucking so big? What is it, 4K or something like that? Well, after playing the game, it makes sense now, because what it is, there's only 4 episodes to that TV show, but there are multiple versions of the same episode. So in Quantum Break, the actual game, you get given choices to make, and very early on, there's a choice whether you take a PR approach to things or a hardline approach to things. And I'm going to be specifically vague there. I'm not going to tell you anything really more about that. But depending on the choice you make will depend on the version of the TV show that you get to watch. So is that, am I making sense? So after,
absolutely.
I think it's after every 2 episodes of the game, so chapters, if you will, a TV show will play, and it's a half an hour TV show which has all the exact same actors that are in the game, except they're not just doing the voices, they're actually doing the live action as well. And that choice that you make, it's 50-50, that choice you make will be then reflected in that half an hour TV show. So that's probably why it's so big, the 70 odd gig, is because there's several versions of the same thing. So there might only be 4 episodes, but there might be 8 or 12 of them. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that sounded quite cool. Now, usually when I explain that to people, like I've been talking to people about the game, and I tell them about the TV show, I get the reaction of, oh, it's sort of like a half hour long cutscene. And well, look, essentially, yes, it is, but it didn't feel like a chore. I mean, I enjoyed it. The TV show part of things did feel a teensy weensy bit B grade. But
the production value wasn't there.
Well, no, it's almost like they spent too much on the production, which sort of cheapened it a bit. I don't know. It just felt a bit strange. Like they've spent a lot of money on big actors.
Yeah, Littlefinger and Iceman.
Yeah. But the other actors that they've brought in are kind of like your home and away actors. You know what I mean? Like. It's just you've got these big, awesome, really established actors trying to act with people that I don't know where they've acted before, and nothing. Not saying that they are bad, but they just don't have that level of acting ability, I guess. I don't know, but whatever. Or it might be the direction.
Polish.
Yeah, they don't have that polish. Yeah, that's a good word. But it didn't ruin it, though. I quite enjoyed it because the storyline is very forgiving because it drags you in and you really want to know how the fuck does this end? Because if you don't know, Quantum Break revolves around the notion of time travel. And if you've ever been in a conversation about time travel, you know that there's plenty of loopholes and plot holes and issues that need to be dealt with. Now, in the Quantum Break, they tend to deal with a lot of those things that you would say, well, how can that happen if this happens? And I'm going to try my best to explain one of them and how I sort of thought. Right, so if you can't, because in Quantum Break there's an idea that no matter what you do, you can't change anything that's happened back in time. Now, a little bit of a spoiler, but this is from what I'm going to give you is from documents that you can find, so it's not necessarily mainstream story. But there's a girl that goes back in time and she gets stuck there and she tries to change things, as in like 9/11. So she tried to warn everyone about 9/11 to avoid the death and destruction and all that. No matter what she did, everything happened as it happened. So if you go back into the past, it's already happened, you can't change it. If somebody wants to jump off a roof and kill themselves, and you go back in time and say, don't jump off the roof, or remove the ladder, or, whatever, something else will eventuate to the exact same thing happening. So that's how it works in the Quantum Break world. And then the idea is that you can jump forward into the future as well. But my argument is, if you can go to the past but can't change things because it's already happened, why is it that you can go to the future that hasn't happened already? There should essentially be nothing there. You should walk out to an abyss of blackness.
Yes.
Because if the past is so set in stone because it's happened, then that would mean that the future that hasn't happened
needs to happen.
It needs to happen before you can go there. I think that the way that they've set up Quantum Break almost breaks the ability to go to the future. But they do touch on that, and they do explain that, though. So even though I had my questions and queries and confusions, because with time travel there's always going to be confusion because it's fucking weird, it always seemed to kind of explain what I was thinking at one point or another. But was
that through dialogue or through collectibles with the reading?
Both. Now, if you're a collectible nut, you will have a very good time playing Quantum Break because there are a lot of collectibles. Now, at the start of the game, I started picking up everything, as I don't normally do, and I 100%ed the first couple of areas, and then it just got to the point where, oh god, there's a lot. So I just slowed down and didn't really start collecting them. But when I did pick them up, though, they're worth a read. They're not just throwaway things. Like there are some documents that are pages upon pages long and shows the level of the depth that they've gone to in creating the Quantum Break world. It's not just a very linear thing. There are a lot of things that have a lot of story that comes from left of the main storyline and adds to what happens and why. It's fantastic. The writing and the development of the game is absolutely flawless. It's the strongest part of the game, and I might every now and then I found myself wanting a break from the gameplay, so I'll stop and I'll read the things, and I'll sit there and read, and it was very intriguing stuff. And these things that you read are in the form of emails and diaries that are left around and stuff like that. So very well done. Now the gameplay itself, it was fun, but I fell into a trap that I almost always fall into with games, and that's I did start collecting things at the beginning, but then I sort of weaned off doing that, and that was ultimately to my demise, because you've got to collect. It's been a while since I played it now. I can't remember their names, but there's these little glowing things that you need to collect to level up.
Upgrade points, are they?
Yeah, the upgrade points. Yeah. Yeah, back to Dante's... no, not Dante's. What's it called? That game.
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry. Dante's the character. So where I'd never leveled up, same sort of thing happened. Where I got to the last boss and I was really struggling. And I didn't know what was going on. I eventually watched a YouTube video and watched this guy just decimate the last guy using all these special powers. I'm like, what? I can't do any of that, because I didn't upgrade my character. So make sure you upgrade your character and use the powers, because they're actually pretty cool powers there. But I also fall into the trap of only using like 3 powers of all of the ones that you've got, and there's heaps. There's like 10 or 11 of them or whatever. But my favourite ones was the I think it's like a time stop or whatever, where you put a bubble over the enemies. Whatever enemies are inside that bubble are frozen in time. Then you can shoot your gun, but every single bullet hits the bubble and stops in time because time's frozen. But they don't lose their momentum, they're just paused. So then you unload like 3 clips into the bubble, into your enemy. It hasn't hit them yet. After a set amount of time, that bubble disappears, and that enemy just gets absolutely destroyed with every single bullet you fired at the same time. So they just get destroyed. So I use that one a fair bit. I use the time shield, which puts a bubble over yourself that you can shoot out of, but they can't shoot into. So that's a pretty cool one. And you need to use the time dash a fair bit as well, which it kind of looks like you're moving in slow-mo, but you're moving really fast. You can run around to the backs of enemies before they know that you're there and shoot them in their weak spot, say if they've got like a pack on their back. And stuff like that. So there's heaps more time-related moves that you can do, which is pretty cool. So, the time melee as well. Like, so if you do that sprint, you can melee these guys before they even realise you're anywhere near them. So the gameplay's really fun, but it's designed in a way that forces you to use your powers. Otherwise, you're going to get destroyed. It's a cover-based shooter, but they give you like a few limitations to cover. There's no blind fire, which is a bit strange for a cover-based shooter, because just about every single one has blind fire. But once again, I think that's the game's way of saying, get out of cover and go and use your powers. Don't just sit back here shooting. And another thing as well, there was no snap to cover button. So it was all contextual based. So if you ran up to cover and stopped moving, you would automatically duck down under that cover.
Did that work as well as Last of Us?
Yes, it did. Yeah, I would say yes.
It's about to say, because that's a fine line. Like, snap to cover is pretty cool, though it can fuck you in tense situations, as the Division will teach you.
Yes.
But also, the contextual cover system can often make or break a cover-based shooter.
Yeah, that's right. Because if you pull back a little bit when you're trying to do something and he just stands up, it can be painful. But another thing as well, I think that's the game saying, use your powers. You've got a shield there, use it. And it all works on a cooldown thing. So you can use... when you level up, you'll be able to use your shield, a couple of times, like straight after each other, and then it'll have to cool down. Or early on, you can only use it once before it cools down, and things like that. So,
am I right in saying the game also breaks up the shooting with puzzles that sometimes require your time abilities?
Yeah, but not enough of those puzzles, I must say. There's probably only... I could probably count them on my hand, the actual puzzles, and they are ridiculously easy. Like...
sometimes you can go back in time and open a gate.
Yeah, that's what it is, because what it does... you might come up for, there's an example, a locked gate. All you do is you rewind time to a time where the gate was unlocked, walked through, and then fast forward back to the current time. There you are, you're behind the fence. It's really cool.
How'd that go? Classic.
But it's cool, but it's really easy, and it's laid out for you, and you're basically told to do it. There's a couple of platforming sort of things that are easy, and there's a part where there's a bus that gets thrown, because basically time gets all fucked up and things are stuck in time shifts and things are moving forward, moving backwards in time, and there's a thing where a bus flies, right, and you need to rewind it to get it out of the way, but it only stays out of the way for like a real short moment, and I died probably 10 times trying to run past the area, and it kept hitting me. I'm like, what's going on? And then it dawned on me, I've got a really super fast time sprint. So you've got to rewind it to get out of the way and then sprint through and you make it. It's so easy. I don't even know why I didn't even think of it, why I died so many times. It's quite embarrassing, but yeah. But look, what other aspects should I... Oh, well, look, the special effects in this game are some of the best that I've ever seen in a video game. The game is littered with like glitchy... Well, they're intentional. They're intentional, but like glitchy sort of things because time is, falling apart. It is hectic towards the end of the game. So, I mean, there's good reason that the game's in 720p and 30 frames a second, because if you touched anywhere near 1080 and 60 frames, this game would melt down because there's that much crap going on. But in saying that, you don't notice. Like, I mean, I can tell that it's 30 frames, but you won't tell that it's 720. It's upscaled and all that sort of stuff, so it looks fine. It's just that much going on. It is crazy. The animations, the actors look fantastic. It's a brilliant production. It's definitely worth playing, but unfortunately, I have to say it does fall into one of those categories of it's to buy it brand new. Like if you're spending the $99.95, like it's a one-play game. Like there's alternate endings and different paths or whatever, but I don't feel the need to go back and play it again for that reason. It's a fantastic playthrough the once over, but I couldn't see myself going back and playing it again.
Yeah. Next question along those lines. I was going to ask you whether it was a rent, buy, or wait for a sale game. So you've basically just summed that up.
Yeah.
Probably rent or wait for a sale.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it a console seller?
No.
That's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, no. It's like I said. I don't think I'll ever play it again.
Yeah, and as you said, you've got potentially 4 or 8 episodes of a TV show there that you haven't seen, and that's not even enough of a draw to bring you back for a second playthrough. So you're not interested in continuing your current save file and collecting everything?
Not really, no.
So it's done then?
Yeah, it's done. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's done. Look, it might be... Now, I think if I was asked the question if it was a PlayStation 4 game, would I go back and do the collectibles? Maybe. But that's probably because it's got a platinum trophy. The Xbox doesn't have platinum. All it has is 100%. It just, I don't know. It doesn't feel as good. And then if they do bring out DLC later, you lose the 100%. It goes back down to 80 something. So it's silly. There's nothing saying that you completed the game as it was originally intended. So that's.
Do you reckon you'll see DLC, or you reckon you'll see a sequel?
I can't imagine. Look, they might do DLC with like a side character story, maybe, or or a prequel DLC, but probably more so a sequel.
Yep.
But being exclusive on the Xbox One, it probably would have hurt them. If there's a sequel, they'd probably be cross-platform. I don't know. But it is a great game. Look, I'd probably give it a good 7 out of 10. The biggest thing that hurt it was a bug in the game for me. If you're amongst the YouTube channel of Aussie Gamers Express, you'll have seen it. The flashing strobe light bug. Did you see that?
I've seen the video. Yeah, the epilepsy glitch.
Yeah, that one. That's the one. That was fucked. That was absolutely horrible. Not only did it look really bad and ruin the experience, it was actually horrible for the player to play. Like, for me anyway. I hated it. I really wanted it to stop because it was annoying me. I wasn't quite sure if it was going to send me into a fit, even though I don't have epilepsy. But I figured that if I was ever going to have an epileptic fit, it was playing this fucking game, and it's an unintentional thing. And I believe that it's still not fixed, because I'm seeing news, not that I've played it recently, but I'm seeing news that says that there's a patch coming. So it hasn't come yet, so it's pretty poor. I don't know if it affects the PC version, because I played it on the Xbox, but that's probably the worst thing in the game. But other than that, though, the rest of the game played quite well. Yeah. Anything else you wanted to ask about it? Because that's about all, I think.
Oh, about sums it all up, mate. I think we've hit a lot of all the important criteria anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, she's a good game. Probably rent it or wait for a sale. That's probably the biggest advice for you. But you'll enjoy it. First time round, you'll enjoy the story if you're into those kind of games. So cool. We'll move on. I didn't mention last week, but I got the Division Platinum, so I'm going to add that in.
Ah,
yeah,
congratulations!
Thank you very much. Yeah, we talked about the Division last week, as we always do, but I neglected to mention that I got the Platinum trophy, so I thought I'd mention that. Thank you, and that was also my 20th Platinum.
Oh, 2016 life goals complete. You can finish playing PlayStation for the year then.
Well, that's it, yeah, because I did say that I was aiming for 20 by the end of the year, didn't I?
Yeah. I've only got a measly little 13. Unlucky 13. I wonder what'll get me off unlucky 13.
Ooh. Dark Souls 3?
Oh, fuck off. With all due respect. Probably Ratchet and Clank.
just go and get Lego.
Oh, I've got 4 Lego games here that I haven't really played too much of.
Yeah, it's easy, but it's a big investment.
Ah, fuck that though.
Yeah, nah, fair enough. Understandable.
Maybe Jurassic World.
Yeah, still a massive
Lego
investment, but a good game though.
Yeah.
Cool. We talked about Dark Souls 3 and my super duper efforts in that one. Let's move on to the NBN installation fail that I've been going through. So we've been originally the plan and the hope was that I would have the NBN implemented before our first show back from the break. So before episode 121.
Yes.
Well, we're recording 122 now, and it's still not sorted. So I've had techs out to my house twice, where I've the whole please stay home between 8 and 12. They turned up twice. The first time they installed the box inside the house and said that the cable underground was broken, so they needed to send somebody else out to fix that. A full week later, somebody else came out and said, oh, your cable underground is broken. We need to send somebody else out to fix that. And I said, that's what the guy said last week. That's what you're meant to be doing today. He's like, no, I don't have the stuff to fix that. I didn't know about it.
Jesus.
Okay, so nobody told you what the problem was, even though it had already been diagnosed. Fantastic, that's great. Ring them up. Okay, we'll send somebody out tomorrow, which was last Friday. Please be home. Don't know when. Ring them up. When are you coming? We'll be there before 5 p.m. All day. Never turned up. So on the third appointment, nobody turns up. We are on the phone again the next day, blowing up. And they're actually booked in to come back today as we're recording. I phoned them this morning and they couldn't give me a time. They just said, oh, they'll ring you half an hour before attending. So whether that happens, I don't know. Who knows? But
Good luck, I say.
yeah, that's why it's taking me. Well, it's still going, this upload. Let me have a look at it. Oh no, it is complete. It's processing now. But that took near on, I think it was about 11 hours.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? And I'm going to say the word cancer in a minute, and I don't mean to poke piss. But you were with me the other night when we were playing, and then all of a sudden I couldn't connect to the PSN. I was getting 100 kilobytes a second because Prue was uploading to Dropbox.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely cancer for my net. I don't know what it... And it only runs at fucking... 50 to 100 kilobytes a second?
Yeah.
It's
just in uploading, joke. Yeah. I don't know why
in uploading, yeah.
But mind you, you know how I've explained to you before, when out of the blue, when I upload to YouTube, it started zapping my net and I couldn't do anything. Mm-hmm. That stopped because I was using the internet last night when I started the upload. I've been using it this morning. It's uploading right now to YouTube. Well, it's finished now, but it's been uploading for the first sort of 40 minutes of the show. It's not doing it anymore. I don't know what the problem is. So I'm uploading and...
It always happens here, but it's usually only Dropbox and OneDrive. I tell you what, if that was uploading now, those two things, OneDrive and Dropbox, we wouldn't be able to have this conversation.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, well, it stopped for me, and I'm still just using the ADSL 2 Plus because the NBN's still not fixed, but... it stopped doing that, so it's working. I don't know, it's weird, but whatever. So yeah, they've stuffed up. You'll find out next week, or if it happens earlier, there'll probably be some form of information on the Aussie Gamers Express page that the NBN's on, and you'll probably see me streaming. But I am going away soon, so I don't know. It's a whole mess. Thank you very much to NBN. You're fantastic. I just wanted to quickly touch on it. I haven't played it, but apparently the Mirror's Edge Catalyst beta isn't that good. Did you see what Nick was saying about it?
I seen what Nick was saying about it in a private chat. I did.
Yeah.
But I've watched some video on it. I subscribe to PlayStation Access. I sometimes come out and eat my dinner and watch the Friday feature and the Monday feature on the application on the PlayStation.
Mm.
Didn't look that bad. I seen... Because I'd watched this gameplay, I watched a couple of gameplay videos of it because I've never played the first one, so I'm interested to see whether I'd like it or not after enjoying Dying Light. A couple of things that he said in his comments there when he was trying to talk to us about it, I can see what he's talking about because I've seen the gameplay, but you've got to upgrade your abilities too. You know what I mean? It does feel a little... You've got no options to you early in the game. You've got your basic attack and your run and your lethargic traversal. So it'll all come. It all comes because they showed you the skill tree. The skill tree is that's a 3-tiered thing. So it's combat, knowledge, and free running.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 3 different trees there. So it looks like you're going to be able to. There's slight RPG aspects like. Playing Dying Light, I know they say it's an RPG because you can level up and you can put points in slots, but by the end of the game, you just got points in every slot. So you're not really creating a character. You're just gaining abilities.
Because at the end, when everyone's leveled up, you're all the same. Yeah.
Exactly. There's no uniqueness to it, and I think this may be the same, but. Considering there's 3 trees, like I know there was 3 trees in Dying Light, but all of them leveled up at the same time. By the looks of this, you get level points and you can put it in one of 3 trees, very similar to like your Skyrim trees, one-handed, two-handed shields, and like that was a lot more in-depth. Don't get me wrong with that comparison, but it looks like the game becomes a lot more fluent and you become a lot more adept at doing stuff. With the more you play and the more side missions you do and everything like that. So I see what Nick's trying to say, but I'm not ready to write it off yet because it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's probably got a VR application as well.
Oh, vomit simulator.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Vertigo. No spank you.
Yeah, no, for likewise. But I'm just saying the way the the HUD comes up and gives you like your trajectory and where you should go and everything like that. It's all kind of like Minority Report sort of bloody vision and shit like that. It's there. Yeah, cool. Pretty cool. I'm not ready to write it off yet. Look, it's probably just not his cup of tea. You know, I don't like doodles in my bum either, but I'm not going to bag him out about it. So,
thanks, Nick. And last of all, just a quick comment. Unepic. We are going to talk about that next week.
Yes.
But something tells me that the title to that game is misleading in a good way.
Yes.
So we'll talk about Unepic next week. But that's it for video game discussion, Red. How about we go into some tight-ass gaming?
Oh, let's do it.
Speaking of doodles in bums. Alright, for this week's tight-ass gaming, well, it's another PC game. And this one, I'm not going to recommend it as a fantastic game, but there's going to be a quirk to this one, so you're going to have to bear with me and don't just judge it straight away. The game I'm talking about is War Mode. Now, War Mode is on the PC and it was released on the 26th of August 2015, and the reviews are what are known as mixed. Now, if you go to the Steam page for War Mode, I think by mixed it means shit, because just about every single review on there is horrible for it. Actually, let me try and bring up some of them. War Mode.
CS:GO clone.
Yeah, it is a bit like that. Okay, so here's the first one that is on there, on like the first review, and it's on the early access. First game, I joined, I spawned, a guy kills everyone with a headshot, and then we can't respawn, disconnect, rage quit. Second game, I give it another try for this game. I joined, fly hacker. This game is full of hackers. Please give a big thumbs up for this. That way everyone can know it easily and they won't waste... Well, it's hard to read because, you know, these people can't write. They won't wasting the time for the nothing.
You done well.
Wait, I'm bagging this bloke out. The very last line says, sorry if my English is... Yeah. So he's probably not from an English-speaking background. The second review, these are thumbs down, mind you. The second review is how to have fun in War Mode. 1, buy Counter-Strike. 2, play Counter-Strike.
I like number 3.
Yeah, 3 is like a pixel art, or what would you call it? ASCII art of a person taking a shit on the word War Mode. The next one is, it's fine, just play it with abysmal expectations for kids who can't get any better games. It's okay, just be ready for hackers. So look, just about everybody is smashing this game, right? I don't know why it says mixed, because all of... Oh, there's a thumbs... Oh, even the thumbs up one is giving it shit. 11 out of 10. Unloaded entire clip into guy and nothing happens. Ping was at constant 350 plus. Another one that's a thumbs up that says decides to play War Mode, joins blue team, dies a lot of times from the enemy team non-stop, sees one of them using speed hacks and killing the allies and not being vote kicked, attempts to vote kick player but enemy declines, vote fails, finally gets a chance to go on a killing spree, be top fragger, accused of being hacker, gets voted to be kicked, vote goes through, is kicked from game, 10 out of 10, would love to be a hacker again. So, yeah, it's... Oh, look at this. This is like the FPS equivalent of Anne Frank.
You've got to give that a thumb up.
Oh, my God. Now, the reason why... Oh, just press the button. Whoops. The reason why I'm defending this game is because it is a real small footprint on your computer. It has the minimum requirements of Windows XP.
The shoebox.
An x86 processor, just over a gig of RAM required, DirectX 9, an internet connection, and 512 megabyte of available space. It's tiny.
Xbox One could run that.
Well, that's right. Even your laptop could run it. And the reason why it's on here is because... Actually, before I say that, let me explain what it is. It's a free-to-play shooter about the confrontation of two irreconcilable sides, represented by the government, military, housings, and the armed hirelings. Try your hand at virtual battles with off-scale dynamics and hurricane gameplay in the spirit of classical shooters. There is a wide range of maps and several modes, level system that allows players to open achievements, weapons, stickers, and more. So essentially, it's a Counter-Strike clone. But yeah, the thing that I like most about it is the way that I came across this game. I was struggling for things to do with my friends, and I found this game, and I said, hey, Romero and his mate, I said, grab this game, let's give this game a go. And because it's really small, we were able to play it within 20 minutes with our internet connections because it was quick to download, quick to install, and quick to get playing. Yeah, the ping is horrible, you get some bad servers and you do run into some hackers, but have fun with it because you're not paying for it. If you just spend an hour or two with this game, you'll probably have fun making fun of it. You know, you can get in and play straight away, play the different maps, play the different modes, and there are a lot of noobs playing the game, and there are a lot of kids playing the game you can destroy quite easily. And I actually had half a chance in this game, and that was playing with keyboard and mouse on a PC. It's something to play when you've got nothing to play, if that sort of...
And what have you got to lose?
And you've got nothing to lose. That's right. You're not paying for it. It's free, which is why it's in the Tight Ass Gaming segment. And I had a good time playing it. We were laughing our heads off at some of the crap that goes down in that game, like with lag spikes and throwing grenades and blowing yourself up and getting crazy weapons and all that sort of stuff. It's worth a go. It is absolutely worth a go. If you've got nothing else to do and a shoebox of a PC sitting there with nothing doing, give it a go, man. I had a ton of fun of it I had a ton of fun on it that night, and you know, you can come back to it if you want and have more stupid fun. It's almost like the enjoyment that you get out of it was never intended to be enjoyed that way.
Would I be fair in saying you won't play it on your own?
Oh, probably not. No. But you're playing it with your mates, you will have a kick-ass time because it's just funny and hilarity, and it's a big mess. And anyone should be able to play it because it doesn't really require much. But in saying that as well, it's not a bad game. It's pretty good for a small early access game. But anyway, that's Tight Ass Gaming for this week. Hopefully next week we'll have something console based because we've had a couple of PC games now. We'll try and get something to you on the PS4 or the Xbox One or something like that. Anything to add to that, Rhett? You got any questions about it?
I'll take your word for it. I just wanted to say that anyone listening goes and plays it and comes back and says, fuck you, LewkOne, that was shit. You were warned. There was full disclosure. We read out all the comments. Yeah,
there's no secrets. But hopefully everyone understands my reasoning for having it as the game for Tight Ass Gaming this week.
Not that the developer gave you $5,000 to spruik it today. So.
Oh yeah, fuck! I wish.
A1, 10 out of 10. Puts the epic and unepic.
Something tells me if I was being paid for that, I'm not getting paid. Not anymore. Although I probably didn't talk it up too much. But anyway, that's it for that one. Let's move on to this week's video game news. Alright, first up in the news, Rocket League's Hoops mode. So we've known about the Hoops mode coming for a while. Have you been looking forward to it?
Yes, no.
Oh, why not?
Division.
Okay, because you're busy with other things.
I just don't. Or a change is as good as a holiday. I'll go back and try it out. And I'm not too bad at the old aerial stuff, so I might be able to have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely want to try it. But you know what? Have you seen the videos of it now?
Yes.
It kind of reminds me they could replace the hoops with a toilet.
Okay.
I reckon that would be funny, having like toilet mode. So instead of it being a big hoop, just have it be a big dunny and get the ball into the... Oh, maybe the ball
Instead of a ball, have a dookie.
A dookie! Big round blob of poo. I don't know why I think of that, but it kind of looks like a toilet.
It does. I understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah.
With the videos I've seen.
Instead of hoops mode, poops mode.
Yeah. I reckon there's been a lot of thought put into it. I reckon you'll be able to... You remember that ice hockey mode that they had? You were able to run that up around the wall and effectively get it into the goals?
Yeah.
I reckon you'll be able to run it up the wall sort of thing, and it'll be able to float across into the hoop, if you know what I mean. Like someone come from the other side and kind of slow it down or slam it down in or whatever like that. I don't think it's going to be as hard as what some people may think it's going to be.
No.
So
I think it'll be
well. Hopefully they change the gravity a little bit so the ball bounces a little bit. No, not so much. I don't know, but you know how they have all those modifiers or mutators. Hopefully the ball... No, make the ball probably a little bit bouncier. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you can probably do that in the private matches. But anyway, Psyonix is about ready to add this mode. It's apparently coming within the next week. So it should come during the week. And it's free. Won't cost you anything. It's coming as a part of the regular update schedule for April. I've got a date of April 26th. So
that's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be. If you like the NBA and all that sort of stuff, you can buy the flag set. I think there's 30 flags you can get. I've got a price of $1.99 here. I'm not sure if that's American.
$2.75 it'll be for us.
Is it $2.75 Aussie? Is it? Okay, there you go. Wonderful. Thanks for that. Good backup. The NBA logo will be available for free.
Yep.
There you go. But if you've got your favourite team or whatever, you can buy all of them and fly your flag proud. There you go.
That's cool that they put them all in for the one price instead of trying to flog them each off for 25, 30 cents or whatever. That's a good initiative.
I think so too. That's pretty cool. So there you go. That's it. That's coming soon. So,
can I just add something?
You can do that if you like.
Hoops mode's available now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, my cousin's here. He's sitting very quietly in the background just watching me breathe.
Oh, there you go.
Heard us talk about it, and he's loaded it up, and now he's loading into a Hoops game. So there we go.
Well, there you go. So it was supposed to drop possibly today, but I just never know with some of these updates. But there you go. It's already dropped as per schedule.
Yeah, well, right on schedule.
Well, it is right on schedule. Yes, that's right. Arguably early for us because April 26th would be tomorrow, even though it's the 26th.
Oh, okay.
26th.
I'm looking at it now.
What are you looking at?
It's at the Hoops mode.
Yeah.
The hoop is huge.
yeah, it's massive. That's what I mean, like a massive big toilet.
It does look like a big shitter, actually.
Yeah, see? Poops mode. Well, there you go. Available right now.
I get that.
Nice. All right, well, that's it. Available right now. Get into it. Red, give us some news.
Rightio. It was only last week or the week before when you were generously... You were being real generous.
Generous, yep.
You share around your Xbox games with us and everything like that, and you're going, I fucking got to wait for this bloody message on my phone as an authentication for Xbox Live.
Mm.
Well, it's coming to PlayStation.
Yes.
Yeah, so Valve and Microsoft already have it. It might be a bit of a pain in the ass waiting for an SMS or waiting for an email, But it's a good thing, I think, doubling up the protection where you need more than just an email address and a corresponding password. You'll now need an extra verification of identification. And after what we've seen in 2011, where all those accounts were hacked, I don't know why it's taken so long. When it's already implemented on every other major platform.
Well, Microsoft Xbox has had it for the last 3 years.
Yep.
And I don't know what's taken Sony so long.
Yeah, so this is it's known as a two-factor authentication. So no given time on when it's going to come out, but it's worth keeping your eyes open for. And if you listen to this, it won't come as a surprise when you're asked to verify with a code via email. I reckon it'll be via email. I don't really think they're going to implement the mobile phone one, and how it's going to integrate with the app and everything on the phone, I don't know. But let's hope it's a good thing.
No, I'm hoping it's not via email. I'm hoping it's something with a code on your app. Maybe not necessarily something they're going to send you.
Like the generator.
A generator, yeah, because that way you don't have to wait for anything. It'll generate a code that lasts for 60 seconds. So you've got 60 seconds to punch that code in. If you run out of time, you just got to punch in the next code that's generated in the next 60 seconds. I'm hoping that's the style. So I'm hoping they upgrade the smartphone app to have the generator. And if you don't have a smartphone, then it'll revert to something like maybe an SMS to send you, or then maybe an email. But I'm hoping it just uses a generator.
Yep.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. That's it.
Wonderful. All right, next bit of news, Codename Neo. Now, we've talked about this in the past with the pending PS4K or the PS4.5, whatever you want to talk about. I have stood on the side of the fence that says that it's not real, and I hope it's not real. There's been a lot more information that's being so-called leaked or made up, depending on where you stand. I still hope it's not real, but a lot of people want it to be real. But anyway, more information has come out saying that it's real, and it's called its codename is Neo, and a very bright spark, one of our community members pointed out the fact that codename Neo, it sort of ties in with the whole Matrix theme where we had Project Morpheus.
I'm glad we could talk about this on the podcast, because I didn't want to put anything on the post.
Oh, what did you want to say? What?
Look, I dig that connection there, but I think it's MNOPQR, if you know what I mean.
Sorry, no, what?
Project Morpheus, Project Neo. The next one will start with O. PQRS, MNOP, if you know what I mean.
Oh, you think that's how it's going?
Yeah.
So the next one will be Project,
Orifice.
Octavia,
yeah, or 4.6. Project shit.
Oh, what makes you think that, other than the fact that that's what it...
Because the sequential of letters.
But you've only got two to go off, haven't you?
Yeah. But we're only in the day and age now of receiving information like this. I don't know, I just thought it was... I seen that and I... What the fuck's it got to do with the Matrix? Though I love the reference, because I love the Matrix. And then I went Project Morpheus, Project Neo, went MN. Okay.
The next one will be Project Nebuchadnezzar.
Then I'll be sold.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, no denying it if it is a Nebuchadnezzar. Now, they've released specs. They've gone so far to give us specs. So apparently the original PS4 is 8, the CPU, is 8 Jaguar cores at 1.6 gigahertz, and the Neo is going to have 8 Jaguar cores at 2.1 gigahertz. The GPU is 18 CUs, and the Neo is 36. 800 megahertz for the original, 911 megahertz for the Neo. The memory is still GDDR5, 176 gigabytes a second versus 218 gigabytes a second, so it's going to be just slightly faster and everything. But Sony still haven't come out and confirmed any of this, so this could be all just an elaborate boffin's creation.
this needs to be confirmed or denied soon.
Well, yeah, it's killing me. Come on, Sony, let us know. But and they've even given like a rule set where all games must be compatible with the original PS4, and all games from October 2016 need to have a special upgraded Neo spec setting, regardless of whether or not the Neo is available at this time.
What?
So,
That's going to be a fucking 20 gig download every game.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm hoping if you don't have that Neo that you won't be required to download it, but you probably will. Like, it'll just be a thing for everyone. But that's also going to be a pain in the ass for developers making their game. They're going to have to up-spec everything. And they're going to have to make 2 versions of the game. The developers aren't going to be happy with this. I can't imagine that Sony would just go ahead and do this and force this upon the developers without consulting them first.
I get very hot under the collar on this subject.
Yeah, I still don't believe it, man. As much as...
You said your standpoint is you don't believe it. Yeah. My standpoint is it's unnecessary.
Yeah, I agree. It isn't necessary. And you've made the point that I've made in the past as well, that, you know, we haven't even scratched the surface of what the PS4 can do, considering what happened with the last generation. You have a look at the day one game of, let's say...
Infamous.
No, I was going to go even earlier. What was that game? Fall of Man? What was that game?
Killzone.
No, not Killzone.
No.
It starts with an R, doesn't it?
Not Resurrection.
No. What the hell's Resurrection? Does that exist?
Probably not.
Resistance.
Yeah.
Resistance Fall of Man was like one of the first games available on the PS3, and I played that and it was crap. But then you fast forward all the way to 2013 and you play The Last of Us. And it's on the same console using the exact same specs as they did 7 years prior, yet 1,000 times better. So that's what I'm saying. Like surely they can unlock the power of the PS4 in just using savvy development techniques rather than upping the specs. Because I think if you up the specs, it almost just makes developers lazy.
Yes.
And you're not going to get better looking games. You're just going to get games that run better.
Well, I'm going to have a quick minute or so.
Go.
Rant. 10, 12, 13 million people, whatever it was, that bought it day one. They were within the first 6 to 12 months that put Sony back on the map as being the major console out in the wild.
Yeah.
Slap in the fucking face. We've supported them. We've spent a lot of money. We've paid top dollar. PlayStations have come down in price. Accessories have come down in price. But we've got a gaming collection that spans back to day one. We've got our day one consoles. We've got our day one controllers. We've got a day one fucking PS Plus subscription. We have invested this money into them. We're not rich, man. Not all of us can fucking afford just to go, oh, all right, shit, there's a 4.5 out. Let's go grab one of those. It's a real slap in the fucking face to give us 2.5 years with a console with a string of broken fucking games. The Division, I love it. Broken. Rainbow Six. Siege, I love it. Broken. Destiny, I loved it. It was broken. No story. Developers need to get it right first before they get more options to make it better. They don't understand how to use their network capabilities properly yet on the PlayStation 4. So why give us something stronger? Why give us something that can process faster when they can't even use the processing power that's given to them at the moment? Your resistance to Last of Us is the most brilliant way to comprehend what's going on here. Games are getting better. We're getting ports across from PC, which are starting to work. Stuff is not taking so long to load. You die a lot in Dark Souls. Very little load time as opposed to Bloodborne. Bloodborne, you die. You wait 10 minutes. What the fuck's going on? They can't even optimize what's out at the moment properly because they haven't learnt to. This is not a knock on the developers because they're not releasing good enough games. It's because they haven't learnt. And now we're giving them more power? Nah. Fuck off. It pisses me right off.
Well done, Red. That was fantastic to listen to.
It's about the third time this week I've had that similar rant. I got asked a couple of nights ago what I thought about it. Someone jumped in the conversation halfway through and said, oh, what were you talking about? I said, fucking sit down.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Listen, let's go for a ride.
But yeah, so that's where I sit on it. It's a real fucking slap in the face. So your Xbox is doing backwards compatibility. They're getting the dev tools or whatever on it, which it's that shit's over my head. But everything is still being supplied to this console. It's like standing on, oh wow, we got a win in a generation. Let's strike while the iron's hot and drag another fucking $450 out of everyone.
But let's have a look at it on the other hand. Let's say that it's not true.
Mm.
Sony need to really quickly come out and confirm or deny this, because I'm sure there are a lot of people that still are looking to buy a PlayStation. They're not buying it anymore.
No, they'll hold off.
They're holding off. If they don't have one, they're thinking, oh, well, I'm not going to buy the PlayStation 4 now. I'm going to wait for this PS4K. If it's not true, they're missing out on sales because of this rumour. So Sony need to pipe up and make it known. Either tell us that it's real and when it's coming out, so at least people have got a date and we can preempt it, or come out and say it's not true or it's been canned, so then their sales will kick off again, because I'm sure it's gotten quiet because of these rumours flying around. Do
you know I'm worried about?
What?
I'm worried about the fact it's true and it'll be confirmed at E3.
Yeah, maybe.
Because if it wasn't true, wouldn't they come out and stamp it now so people wouldn't get their expectations up?
Yeah,
I know any publicity is good publicity, but as you said, you've got specs, you've got fucking news pieces and opinion pieces coming out the arse everywhere. If this is just all rumour and innuendo, you'd think they'd stamp it out because there's people practically talking on their behalf for them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one to gauge because they're not even giving us a slither.
And they're probably loving it because any publicity is good publicity.
Except for the fact that no one's buying their consoles anymore because they were holding off.
We've all fucking got one.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it'll piss me right off.
Yeah,
because I waited a year and a half to 2 years to get a PS3 because I just couldn't afford one. This generation of console gaming has been slightly more affordable. I laid my money down real fucking early to make sure I had it day one. And after paying this sort of money, the PS Plus subscription obligation, I know you always had it with your Xbox Live. So I've continuously poured money into this console and into this service. If they turn around now tomorrow and say I don't have the best one on the market at the moment, I'm pissed. I'm fucking near going to Xbox.
Oh!
Nah, pissed off, bro.
Oh, big call.
Backwards compatibility, man. I've got a fucking instant game collection of fucking 100 games.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Yeah, so sorry. There's my rant. I didn't mean to take over your news item.
No, that was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. That's all. Well, look, we'll no doubt be touching on this each week until we get an answer or find out what's going on. So we'll revisit it again next week if there's more info on it. Red, give us your next news item.
Well, you know how I like to always bring the rumours, nothing concrete, because then I can't turn around and be judged?
Yeah.
So the rumour is from a... what is he? Is he a Redditor? I think he's a Redditor. Shinobi602. I've touched on this bloke before.
Mm-hmm.
And he's come out with some form of evidence, though it won't tell you what it is, that the release of Horizon Zero Dawn, the Robo Dinosaur A RPG from the Killzone studio Guerrilla Games, has been pushed to 2017, even though it was slated for release this year. We've never had a release date, but last year, shown at E3, it was said that there would be a 2016 release.
Yeah.
But the Guerrilla Games co-founder, his name's Herman Holst, we've talked about him before in the past, he just said it's a lot harder, and they've not bitten off more than they can chew, but what they've endeavoured to bring out in the game is been a little bit harder and a little bit more stressful on the development team, so it may take more time. And just to throw the fucking fuel on the flame, the Shinobi 602 has been quoted just to say it's going to look splendid in PS4K.
Oh, fuck off.
Will we? Oh, see, that's another problem. If this is coming through, people, I almost said the C word, people are going to hold off their games, and you're going to get all these delays on all these AAAs.
Yeah, because they're going to have to implement this 4K garbage.
So, anyway, back to the news at hand. Possible push for Horizon Zero Dawn to 2017, so don't be investing your pre-order pennies just yet. Don't pre-order anything Sony just yet.
Just don't pre-order, full stop. They make plenty of them. You're not going to run out.
Nah.
Unless you want a special edition, don't bother.
Yeah, and even then, you got to be buying the $270 to $400 ones, which is probably a good idea to label. Yeah. Unless you're rich.
That's right.
There we go.
Alright, cool. That's delayed. My last bit of news here. Interesting one that only just popped up on my radar today, but there's a new first-person shooter by John Romero coming our way. You know who John Romero is, don't you?
Refresh my memory. It's clouded with...
Creator of Doom.
Oh, duh. Yes.
Veterans, long-time fans of the series will probably remember there was like a room in Doom that you could go into and it had John Romero's head on a stick.
Yep.
Yeah, that guy. Anyway, John Romero and his fellow id Software co-founder Adrian Carmack have proudly announced a game called Black Room. Let me read through this here. A visceral, varied and violent shooter that harkens back to classic FPS play with a mixture of exploration, speed and intense weaponized combat. Use fast, skillful movement to dodge enemy attacks, circle, strafe your foes, and rule the air as you rocket jump in the single and multiplayer modes. Black Room launches with unique multiplayer maps and robust modding support for the community to make diabolical creations of their own design. Coming winter 2018.
Fucking nice. So it's Quake Unreal Doom Tournament.
Yeah, it is. Pretty much, yeah.
Wicked! Sign me up!
But the announcement has come in the form of a Kickstarter campaign, okay? So the game hasn't even started. It's really just the campaign that's kicked off. So they've already got like $60,000 and it's only just been started. So if you want to go across to Kickstarter and look that up, it's Black Room by John Romero. And you can see the video there, and it'll show you. It's basically just him talking about it because there's no gameplay as yet. It hasn't been made. But I've got a snippet of the sound that I can play for you. So just hold one momento.
Black Room takes place in the near future at the site of one of the world's leading tech companies, Hoxar. Hoxar has developed a technology that allows you to be anywhere at any time, creating fully realized holographic worlds that are indistinguishable from reality. All inside of a giant black room. Then, something happened. You might call it a glitch. People are seeing things. Simulations are dangerously folding into others. You are Santiago Sonora, an engineer assigned to the Black Room project. You have no idea what's going wrong with Black Room until it happens to you and you nearly lose your life. Now it's up to you to fix it. Glitching and fighting through different Black Room environments. From sci-fi to western towns and haunted houses. In addition to weapons, you're working with more advanced tools this time. Tools that let you hack your environment. Enter Black Room.
That video, that was obviously just the audio from it.
Yes.
It sounds cheesy as all hell.
Oh, yeah. But that's what we want.
I guess. But at the end of that, which wasn't in that audio just then, there's something in reverse.
An Aussie Osborne.
Yeah, like that sort of thing. And I was wondering what it was, and I thought just to set everyone's mind at ease and save you the trouble, I've reversed it, and I'll play it now.
To hit Black Room, you must fund the Kickstarter campaign by John Romero.
Could you understand that?
No, what's he saying?
He's saying, to get Black Room, you must fund the Kickstarter campaign by John Romero. Have a listen.
Subliminal messaging.
Yeah, have a listen.
To hit Black Room, you must fund the Kickstarter campaign by John Romero.
Alright, so yeah, that's what it is there. To get Black Room, you must fund the Kickstarter campaign by John Romero. all in reverse. So I reckon it'll be kind of. It sounds like it'll be cool. It sounds a bit cheesy as all hell, but whatever. Kind of cool. Are you interested in that?
Yes.
2 years away, but
Yeah. I'll probably be more mature then and like still love it.
yeah, all good. There you go.
Well, it feels like with all that, and you say cheesy, but it feels like it's going back to the 90s, and
yeah,
our generation will love that. Like Danos and you, me, Snoogans. We're all that age where it'd be a big old nostalgia trip with fucking awesome graphics.
Yeah. Well, good man. Give us your next bit of news.
Now, Supergiant Games. Do you know who I'm talking about when I say that?
No.
You played Transistor?
Yes, yep.
And I played Bastion.
Oh, right, yep.
Yes, I love Bastion, and Transistor was a PS Plus game. You spoke very highly about it there for a while. I played a little bit, didn't get into it at the time, and that was probably because I was doing something else, not because I didn't enjoy the game. Anyway, you can always be guaranteed a great story, great content. Go figure, the story. Great graphics, and above all, a great soundtrack. I even have the Bastion soundtrack on my phone, even though it's like a folky, melodic sort of tunes. I really, really enjoyed it. It was one of the major standout points. Anyway, they're about to release their third RPG project, and it's entitled Pyre, Pyre. So, unlike the studio's more previous titles, it's going to be a party-based role-playing game involving a large cast of characters. So, whether it's turn-based, there's not a whole lot of information on it at the moment. Gameplay will debut this week at PAX East, so we'll have a little bit more information then about what sort of game it is. There's about a minute reveal trailer there, and as with any teaser, it gives nothing away, really.
Yeah.
But it says here it follows a group of banished characters as they make their way through a mystical purgatory to fight and compete with other bands of exiles. So whether it's going to have a multiplayer aspect to it, or if it's just all going to be, as they have been, a single-player one. But it'd be cool if you could take a band of players around and randomly run into another band of players.
It looks like like a Diablo-y, but cartoony. Yeah.
Oh, you're looking it up now, are you?
Yeah, I'm just looking at screenshots.
Looks different, huh?
Yeah, it looks like it could be good.
Yeah. So there's going to be a decision-making element to it as well. So it kind of makes it feel like an RPG with the notions of like what did I play? Banner Saga recently.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm interested. I love Supergiant Games. I even emailed them and told them I love them, and I tweeted them, and they even emailed me back. So that was very nice of him.
Tops.
So yeah, one thing I didn't mention: set to release in 2017. So there's still a bit of a wait. But if you did like Bastion or Transistor, they have a bit of a cult following. So you'll either go yes or what's that game. So if it is 2017 for those Bastion fans and everything like that, that's not too far away to wait for something as niche as this, if you will.
Nice. Alrighty.
Yes.
All right. Well, we got to hit the fast forward button a bit. We're running over time.
Yep.
Let's go to What's That Sound?
Let's.
Alright, well, last week we had a sound here, and I think we've just had some entries come through with the right answer by the looks of things. I haven't really seen it. It's just popped through on my phone, but this was last week's sound.
The time of our return is coming.
And that was the Reapers from Mass Effect. That was Sovereign. So anyone that got that, I think Chaser got it right after an hour of trying to work it out and hints from me. Congratulations, Chaser. He managed to, what do we used to call it? Rain Man it?
Yep.
Typical of my my hints, giving everything away. But I think we've got a winner chicken dinner. Let me just have a quick look now. Just so we can name a name. It's probably Roy Boy
Andrew.
Googling it. Yes, it's Andrew Roy. And he got it right. This week's What's That Sound is Sovereign from Mass Effect. Come on, people. He's taken a few days this time. He's lost his touch, but he still wasn't beaten. Come on. All right, anyway, moving on to this week's sound. Good luck, Red.
Fuck, no idea.
None at all.
No, it's pretty quiet, actually.
Oh, you sook. Not much I can do about that. I don't think.
It sounds like something you'd either know or you wouldn't know.
Was that better?
Yeah.
And I'll play it again. Tell me if this is better or worse.
Fucking, I do not know.
No idea?
Not a fucking single clue. I couldn't even tell you basically what era it's from. It sounds, I'll say, Sega-ish, but it could, yeah, that could be anything. No idea. Not a single clue.
Ooh, wow. Big game. Big game. Pretty distinct sound from it too.
Is it from Microsoft games?
Can't tell you. Can't tell you because I don't know. Actually, nah. I do know.
No clues.
It's very well-known game. All right, well then, if anyone listening at home or in their cars or wherever you are listening to this knows what that answer is, send us a message to our Facebook page, or you can email us at info@aussiegamersexpress.com and tell us what the answer is. If you're correct, we'll give you a free game. Be first or be last. That's all I got, I think. For that, anyway. All right, that's What's That Sound. Red,
Quick old shout.
give us the shout.
Oh, we had a real positive conversation on the podcast today about Project Neo.
Did you say podcast?
Podcast. A real positive conversation on the podcast.
Yeah.
But you've done a good piece up on aussiegamersexpress.com on the codename Neo and everything to date that's been pretty much released.
Yep.
That's said to be true. But you got some good feedback on that post, and everyone had a real educated opinion on it. So there's a special mention to Brendan Brown, Cohen Moore, Martin Creamers and Stephen Pratt. Those four blokes got on there and had a real educated opinion on it. They were not derogatory or angry like I was. So we do appreciate that. Every now and again there's a whole lot of fun. There's memes and jokes and pulling the piss out of things here and there, but every now and again we do touch on the more serious side of gaming, and I think these guys really come through and had a real positive input into something that's so touchy at the moment. And last but not least, comment of the week goes to... Hang on, I just clicked off my left. Hayden Campbell. He commented on my Batman thing on the Telltale game post, and he goes, I laughed probably harder than I should have at this, and now people are looking at me. You're welcome. So, yeah.
That's funny.
Awesome job. That's the shout for this week, brother.
Nice one. Thanks, Red. Any last words?
I do. It was going to probably be a little bit more extended, but I'm going to quickly run off some games from our post this week on the Name the Games You've Spent 100 Hours On, and I want to know if you've spent 100 hours on them. Ready?
Okay.
Skyrim.
No, not even one.
I know the answer to most of these, but people mightn't. CSGO.
No.
Battlefield 4.
No.
Any Fallout.
Yes.
The Witcher.
No.
World of Warcraft.
No, I've never even installed that fucking thing.
League of Legends.
No!
Do you even fucking play games? Super Mario.
Yes.
Yeah. Modern Warfare 2.
Yes.
Yeah. Here we go. Fallout 3. No. Rainbow Six. Dota 2. No.
No. Yes, I play games. I just don't play those ones.
You just don't play bad games.
Yeah, a lot of them I didn't like.
Well, I've spent 100 hours on too many games, I think. Rainbow Six, or most of the Call of Duties, all the Battlefields, everything with multiplayer, I get really. But where I really started would have been Fallout 3. That was probably one of the biggest games for me back in the day. I would have spent 100 hours on Fallout 4. Yeah,
I have. I've spent 5 days or something on that, or if not more.
But yeah, more highlighting the fact the final words is that was a glorified shout. I didn't run everyone's name off, but that post got a lot of love, and I appreciate all the love from the community. So that's me for this week, brother. Thanks for having me.
Awesome, man. Just a quick one, bit of trivia for you. But apparently, back in 1995, Doom was so popular that it was installed on more PCs than Windows 95.
It makes sense.
This upset Bill Gates, and he briefly considered just buying id Software. Fucking, I'll just buy it and have it myself.
Imagine the world if he had it.
Yeah, except he settled for getting a team at Microsoft to port the game to Windows 95.
Yeah.
And the team was led by none other than Gabe Newell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was behind porting it to the to Windows 95.
Now he's Mr. Valve, isn't he?
He is. Yep.
Master Race. He reminds me of that guy that writes the Game of Thrones books.
He does look like him a bit.
George R.R.
Martin, yeah. And he kills off all his all his trilogies.
I was about to say, yeah, all the good things.
Yeah. No Half-Life 3, no Portal 3, no Team Fortress 3. Just kills them off after their second season, just like George R.R. Martin.
Unless you're a midget.
Oh, yeah.
Cool fingers. I don't know. You got cool fingers, man.
Chipolatos.
Yeah, midget digits.
Oh, so wrong, but so right.
Oh, it's all love.
All right. Oh, that's the show. We done? That's our...
Yeah, we're done. Thanks for having me.
Final parts. It's a longer show this week. We ranted and raved a fair bit about some passionate topics. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Appreciate you all tuning in and commenting on things that we say on the page and all that sort of stuff. So thanks, everyone. For this week, I have been LewkOne.
And I've been Red.
Boop. This week's show has sadly come to an end. Be sure to search for Aussie Gamers Express on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, iTunes, Stitcher, Intune Radio, and just about every other social network known to man. If you have any snail mail you want to send us, shoot it over to PO Box 130, Cranebrook, New South Wales 2749, or just email us at info@aussiegamersexpress.com. Catch you all next time on the Aussie Gamers Express Video Game Podcast.